Welcome back to another Minute with Stony Stone, and it is Monday, August 18th. And man, I got a special guest. I got Richard in studio, the one and only Richard Mootry. Of course, my co-host Darren. And I was going to forget. I did start up safety meetings again. Doctor's orders. My own doctor, because I had to go to Dr. Google. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. We are supposed to have a guest. Kyle Weiss is supposed to be calling in. He's having some technical difficulties. Hopefully he figures out. Eric, our producer, is watching that. If Kyle can figure it out, I had to kind of get in and get this thing going. And so if I get a break here, I'll see if he's still available. But he is a fisherman, not a web guy. These guys have a little bit of trouble working the technology.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to do an update on the Catfish Bash Championship. We're done with. We have one more tournament to go. We're going to dive a little bit into the standings and see where everybody's at and where we need to go to get there.
Costume contest.
Oh, our producer wants us to do a costume contest.
No.
I'll take a vote. I'll throw that up on the Bash page. Who wants to do a costume contest? There will be a prize. Don't know what it might be. It might be a bag of candy. It could be a trick. It could be a treat. I don't know. But you'll get something for dressing up for the best costume.
I'll be dressed as a fisherman.
There you go.
Because I was going to do that.
We'll give you a little bit of a fishing report from this weekend, talk about the Halloween Bash, and then we'll close with some future guest announcements. I actually want to bring up a topic about blowing up spots. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And, of course, we're going to let Richard talk about the Channel Cat Classic and what's going on over there. Now, have you seen Kyle Weiss try to get in yet? Nope, not in. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to change it up. Richard, I'm going to let you talk about what you got to talk about, what's going on with the Channel Cat Classic, merch, all that stuff, whatever you want to announce, talk about, and I'm going to try to figure out Mr. Weiss.
I appreciate it, Stoney. Everybody. So we're getting close. I'm getting more excited. We got a couple of things to work out with the parks. Get some documents over to them, and then the QRs and payment codes are coming out early October 1st, or first week of October. And then we're going to be ready to rock and roll and start really going in on this advertising. So, we're excited. We got I had my behind the scenes guys start working and got me these great looking T-shirts here. They are
nice T-shirts, Stoney.
Yeah.
Man, tease us.
And we got original as well. We're going to be working on getting these distributed here. These got the hoodie. I'm really, really like this. We're going to do a couple of colors in that and some hats just to start off the merch. I started the merchandise with these with the large, extra large, and double X simply because I figured most of the people would be the fishermen, the guys, and all. However, I've gotten multiple questions, inquiries about smaller sizes.
What you can do is you work with your supplier and you do a form for pre-orders.
Oh.
That way they could pre-order certain sizes, and then your supplier then goes order those sizes, and then that way you even sell them before you even get them.
Is that what
That's just an idea.
Oh, it's an idea? I think I like that idea.
See, safety meetings pay off sometimes. I got great ideas.
So, with that being said, you can reach out to the Channel Cat Classic, right? We're on Facebook, or you can give me a call, 916-257-8076. Send me a text if you want a T-shirt in a smaller size, right? We can start doing some pre-order stuff if we need to. I will talk to my men behind the scenes about that. Whoever they are absolutely fantastic. They have done an excellent job of getting me the merchandise and stuff that I need. So I look forward to expanding that into something that's really great. So I'm, once again, another exciting part of what we're doing just to promote this thing. And
what was that number one more time?
916.
It'll be on the video.
257-8076, or you can send me a email, richard.mootryjr@gmail.com, or message Channel Cat Classic on Facebook. Let me know what you need, and we'll get everything together.
You got all the media, everything.
All right, everything.
Smoke signals included.
Yeah.
Whatever you got to do.
I got it all.
We're looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited.
Excited.
Yeah.
So
Fun.
it will be
Fun.
Mhm.
a lot going on in the catfish world. Before I get into the standings of kind of where we are with the 2025 Catfish Bash series. What are you beeping at? What are you
That was him.
I know. He's all looking at me.
Looking at me like it's my phone. Like, dude.
It's like, first thing, turn your phones off. And not me. He's all blaming it on Richard.
I didn't think I'd have to. You know?
Oh. But before we get into the standings and where everybody is, we have one more tournament to go to set the qualifying.
Gotta win now.
But yeah, you do.
Jesus.
But I wanted to get
missed, so yeah, you got to make up some weight.
Yeah,
but I did want to ask you a few questions about the Bash.
Yes, sir.
As the sponsor
Mhm.
and as seeing how things have progressed. Say, you don't have to go back to the beginning, but if, a reference point of how it started,
Mhm.
looking at where we are now.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts? Are we doing this thing right? We have some improvement to do. I'm looking for correct. You know me. I want I don't want the sugar coated. What do you like? What do you don't like?
No, well, we were just talking about this earlier about the straight shooter. I'm a pretty straight shooter, right? And so I've been sponsoring this for a while, and I look at the progression of how it started, right? And everybody had ideas about how it was going to go, and it was kind of makeshift, whatever. But in the beginning, Jacob still did a great job. But as time has progressed, he's actually tightened that ship a lot. He really has, and I'm commending him and the people working with him, including you behind the scenes, on how he's established, and I'm going to just say his dominance in making sure that the voice that he's putting out there for his tournament is being heard and is being accepted, right? So if it's this or that, it's laid in stone. He's not wavering. And when you do that, you establish your foundation for discipline and what you're going to do, what you're not going to do. And he's also pivoting to what works, just like the weigh-in thing. So he's accepting the things that are different that he needs to change as far as the health of the fish, how the participants come up to the stage, all that kind of stuff. And it's a progression into something even better. So I commend all of you guys for doing what you're doing. And that's why I continue to invest in what I'm seeing. Because if I didn't,
and that's some honest feedback.
Yeah.
And I look at it maybe a little more harsh in a sense because I see what goes into things, and
right.
Jake and I spend a lot of time talking about let's try this, let's try that, and
right.
And this thing, it was the weigh-ins, right? And so we did it, and was it perfect? Not at all. Was it different? Yes. Did it work? Yes and no, right? There's a few bugs to work out, but it's one of those things, we threw it out there, it didn't go perfect. I think we're doing it for the right reasons.
Right.
Now we just got to fine tune it, right? And if people liked that or didn't like it, that's and I'm looking at we're not gonna make everybody happy. Yeah. But if we're doing the right thing, and again, that's why I look at our big sponsors, like as long as their sponsors happy, But that's the thing, is we want to make sure we're doing the right things, and
I wasn't there for this. Unfortunately, I missed it. I wasn't there. I just heard from the feedback that people liked the way that you guys were doing that. I thought it was something that, like you said, if it got fine tuned, I don't know what happened that was negative about it, but it sounded like a very good idea. I unfortunately was in a different state, had to work.
Different state of mind.
No need to talk about what state I was at. I couldn't come, and it was unfortunate. Me and my partner Roma, we really look forward to these bashes, and we know we have a limited amount of time to kind of make a showing on. We can't make up the weights now because we're so far behind, so we got to have a win. And then they changed some of my start dates for a project we have, and it landed on that date, and I was like, no, and it didn't change. So I wasn't there to yeah, but work is why I get to sponsor. So I have to
pick your battles.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing with the weight, the way that it worked with the weigh-in and everything, is change. People don't like change. It takes them a while to get used to that change.
So what about having your boat number weigh in? How was that?
So what we did was,
I liked it.
So what we did was everybody had their boat number, their blast off number. So we were given it right at the beginning. So 1, 2, 3, whatever.
Right.
So boat number 1 weighed in first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then boat number 2, but we only limited it to 2 baskets. Or 3.
Okay.
3 baskets.
So that way you can have a big long line of baskets. It's just when your turn came up. Right.
Yeah.
So you pulled it up when your name came up. So conceptually, great idea.
Okay.
Execution, it was a little bumpy, and here's why I think it was bumpy.
Okay.
We had 7 teams that did not turn in fish.
Yeah.
So when we're trying to go down the line, we're saying, okay, number 3 boat, is going to come up.
Right.
Number 4 is kind of getting ready. 5 hasn't even moved. Well, number 3 is not there. Number 4 is not there. All right, number 12. They're like, we're not even ready. So it created these lulls where we had to wait for people to come up because it wasn't like we could just went boom, 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 boom because we had 7 holes.
How are you not ready though?
Well, because
in the live well.
Because you're not ready to come up. Right, you had to go
Yeah.
get them.
Okay.
They were expecting they got time because, boat number 3 is weighing in. Well, boat 3 didn't show up. They had no fish. Boat 4, no
I'm
fish.
sitting here trying to grab a fish out of the live well. They're jacking me around.
They're like, hurry up, you got to go. Like, I thought I had 2 other people in front of me. Now it's your turn, but you're not ready.
Yeah.
So those are the things. Now, normally, are we going to have 7 teams that don't catch fish? Hopefully not.
Well, then there was also the fact that we had to put our fish back in the live well.
Oh, that's it. Right.
So people were like, what?
Right, there was another change. We implemented a few changes, the weigh-in by weigh-in, by your launch number, and then only 3 baskets in rotation. Oh, and then you got to take your fish out and dump them in the middle of the lake because they didn't want any dead fish at the right, but it's okay to have dead fish out there, I guess. I don't know. I think there's some, like I said, there's some fine tuning that we need to do.
Speed bumps
right. One thing I know I've heard that we used to do at like the rodeo and some of the other ones, they had that big tub.
Yeah.
Is maybe there's an opportunity to do that to bring help revive the fish and what have you.
You can put the oxygenation in there and help revive.
So a lot of different things we can do.
It really doesn't have to be the large tub like that. You can have a series of 150. What is it? 115. What are the big igloos? Right. There,
something.
You don't have to have the huge ones, right? Those can.
Well, I know somebody's got a huge tub.
Yeah.
Sitting out in the backyard.
Something.
Right. I wonder who that is.
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe they'll donate it.
Yeah. Like fish tank down there.
So anyway, the takeaway is we're always trying new things. Right. We are listening to people. We want to make it better. And it sounds like we're moving the ball forward. Things are getting better, and
just notify people. Just need to notify somebody if they're not bringing in fit.
Yeah,
right. No way.
Yeah,
with a text or whatever.
Right, and that's another thing that we're someone's like, put in the rules. I don't want a 100-page rule book. Some of this is like common sense. You're not going to make it back. You're not going to come home. You call your wife. You call the tournament director. You say, hey, I'm not making it in.
Right. Well, it doesn't have to be on a rule. You just when you do your weigh-ins or your blast off, you say, hey, if you have a bad day or whatever.
Right. And we did
just send a text that says you're not weighing in.
Right.
That way, nobody's looking for you at the boat dock, right?
Right.
And we know you're safe, not out there somewhere else. Right?
Exactly. That's another big thing, the safety aspect of it.
Yeah, we're
Let
safe.
somebody know where you're at.
Yeah,
we're
safe.
And for Aaron, right? Aaron got the Catfish Cadillac running. And they were out
cool
there.
Looking boat.
Yeah.
Cool little boat out there. Well, they didn't make it for weigh-in. Well, why didn't they make it for weigh-in? They ran out of gas. Why'd they run out of gas? Well, he thought he was going to take the boat out of his pontoon, throw it in there, run it. Well, the new boat, the Catfish Cadillac, also loves gas. So he had to make a choice to say, do I make it to weigh-in and I'm not going to make it back to the ramp or just go to the ramp and call it a day? And so he ended up screwing himself by not testing before. But that's tournaments, right? Yeah. That happens to everybody. Where it's a catfish tournament, NASCAR, you're going to wrench, you're going to do this, you're going to tweak, you're going to go out there. That's part of it. You blow a tire. That's part of it. You don't show up. You don't wake up. That's part of it.
Yeah. Reggie called me. One of the guys called me. I was actually, and that's probably another thing I need to I'll ask about as far as if you don't blast off. Apparently that's disqualification, right? Mm-hmm. So I didn't know. Right. You're penalizing yourself. Why? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, okay. He only got 4 hours of fish, and actually would have placed pretty high with his fish.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but yeah, I don't. I mean, it's again, there's rules. Some of them make sense. Some of them are like the blast off thing, right? You're penalizing yourself if you don't. Yeah. But if that's the rule, then I think just follow it. So Championship. Let's go where we are. So I'm just going to start with current standings. We've got what? February, April, June, and August. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 tournaments. We have one more to go at Lake Mendocino, the Halloween Bash. You're not going to have some huge weights.
No.
You're going to have some small fish and some small weights. I'll be surprised if we break 30 pounds in that, right?
Oh, I'd be surprised if you break 20.
So we total, right? So
Total,
20 pounds.
right. Yeah.
So you figure, keep that in mind. You're not going to have a 60-pound, bag brought in.
You're not leaping up the leaderboard.
You're not leaping up.
Down.
So if you're way down, you may have a chance.
You gotta win.
Mm-hmm.
But there is some people that can lose spots real quick, So what's interesting is, and I'm going to just say who's where they are. So Two Birds is in the number 1 qualified spot with 147 pounds. And what's interesting is I look at their tournaments, and this becomes important, is when I say this, and just kind of mental note of the numbers, there's nobody dominating this in a sense, meaning no one team constantly finishing in the top 5.
Yeah, nobody's boat racing.
So with that said, Two Birds, first time, so I'm going to go first place. They had 9th in February, and then 5th, and then 1st, and then back to 9th. So they've kind of been all over. They had a great tournament, but they were consistent. Down at 9, past the middle of the pack, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Alley Cats, Donald Kellogg, sitting at second seed at 142 pounds and 142.77. You got about a 5-pound difference between first and second seed. And you look at theirs. Now, they've been pretty consistent.
That's crazy.
They were 4th place, 3rd place, down to 11th.
Yeah.
So they fell way in the leader, but that just knocked them down to 2nd place. Snag and Whiskers with Brian Padilla. This is an interesting one because they're the number 3rd seed with 140 pounds.
Say his name again.
Brian.
Yeah, his last name.
Brian.
How Mexican are you studying?
Padilla.
I thought you were Irish, fool.
Yeah.
Double L.
It's like,
on the dog, we're like, hey, thank you for looking out on how Stoney pronounces my name.
I am the whitest physical. Quesadillas.
No, not Dilla.
All right.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, man. So, they are in 3rd place. They were 3rd place, no entry. They didn't even compete. Down to 10th place and then 6th place. So they finished strong. But so what you're getting at is nobody is dominating.
Yeah.
Snaggle and Bagum, Kevin Williams' team, they're at 128 pounds. So now we're getting a little bit of gap, right? So the first top 3 are in the 140, 47, 42. Now you're down to 128 pounds, right? So this is where some spots are going to start changing as the last tournament goes. So Kevin, 6th, 2nd, 7th, 13th. I think they turned in 1 fish, maybe 2, at 23 pounds. I think they had 2 fish on the last tournament. Real Addiction, Matt Siebert team, that's also known as Papa Ken's team that he's on.
Yeah.
With 126 pounds, and they got the number 5 seed. And then Team Sif, Darren, 7th place. So, not towards the top, but he's got a 6th seed. So the weights is what's really kind of separating things out. Whether you do good or bad depends really on your weights.
Yeah, and for Darren, the no-show was the smallest weight tournament,
right?
Which is why it didn't affect him
too
as
much.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Now
that was a good. If you had to miss one, that was the one.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And we pre-fished that one.
Yeah.
And we didn't get anything. Nothing.
Nope. So then the number 7 seed is Tule Creek Outfitters with Josh the Boy. They had a 2nd place win, a 4th place win, an 8th, and then a 17th. They slid way down, and that would hurt them to drop them down to a 7th spot. Then you got my team, Old Farts Fishing. We're at 120 pounds.
Right there.
Yep.
Pounds. Everybody's got 40. You got 7.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So we had 40. We had 21st place, way down in February. Then we got a 6th place, a 4th place, and then made the top
fourth
10.
place got you.
What
Right.
was your weight in February?
Our weight in February was 41 pounds for that tournament.
Like, that could have won some other tournament.
I could have won other
Mhm.
ones.
Yeah.
So that rounds out. Well, let me go. So before I go on, after Old Farts and number 8, Darren finally got his picture on the wall because they finished above us. And I said,
Another picture on the wall.
well, see, he's got another. He's got 2
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So next tournament is if he ends up above us, he's going to get another picture on the wall.
It's going to be on the other side of the wall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to see how this wall changes over the tournament season. We only have 3 more, and then I guess it just resets next year.
No, I think we start putting more pictures up.
More pictures. But yeah, a little friendly competition there. He gets another picture on the wall. Congratulations, Darren. You guys earned it. You did not follow us, so that's good because that paid off for you.
Yeah.
Is Sippy in the top 10?
So Sippy Cup, number 9 seed.
Yeah.
Now these are guys that have been all over the place. You know, they came in 10th place with 51 pounds in February. Then they did a no entry in April.
Yeah.
And then they came in 19th place with 1 fish, and then popped all the way in top 5, and number 5 finish.
Yeah.
But they're still in it, right?
Shout out to Rick and Judith. They are a team to watch.
Oh, yeah. They're not out.
They are sneaky good. Sneaky good.
They are.
And then you've got Dave Mayo with Warren out there. Their very first time out in February, they took a first place finish with 66.4 pounds. First time catfishing in a tournament, and they end up with first place. Then they
Wait, no. Say that poundage again.
66. Yeah, 66.4 pounds.
One
of the highest.
A lot of weight.
It's one of the highest
One
we've
of the
had.
highest ones, yeah.
Yep. And then they did in Fish Mendocino, so they got 0. Then they've got 12th place, so they've been down, and then they slipped again down to 16th. So they've been having a rough go. So they came out of the gate hot, and then they stick backsliding the whole time. The good news is, though, they're still in it, meaning mentally they're there. They're looking forward to it. They're excited. There's a whole list that we posted out there on the Catfish Bash page where everybody else is finishing. We got a few teams at the bottom. With 0 fish the whole time. Some of it is because they haven't fished it. Some of it is they're just having a hard time figuring this thing out. And I just say, I'm excited to see these guys continuing to come back, even though they're not catching fish.
Yeah, these are enjoying themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And if you're doing these to win it, personally, you're doing it for the wrong reason. Winning it is just a bonus of having a good time. I mean, if you're going to I'm going to go in there and I'm going to win this, that's great. But reality is, probably ain't going to happen. But you want to have good time doing it, and then when you do win it, you're like, now that's the icing on the cake type of thing.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it.
As a captain, right? How I look at it is this. This is how I look at it. If we go out and we have a game plan that puts us on fish, right? And you catch fish, they're just not the right size fish. I'm okay with that because my game plan was to move here, and each of the places produce fish. Now, whether we got the big one, that's different. My thing is finding the fish's skill. The size is always luck. You just, unless you have them in a cage somewhere, you don't know what the size is going to be. But if you find the fish, that's where your decisions are made. Now, you still want to compete. It's like, God, we couldn't get the big one. We couldn't get the big one. But if we were on fish, and even if we were on fish and said this isn't the right size, and we moved and found other fish, I did my job.
Yep,
right?
Totally.
My teammates are going to rip me to shreds either way. You put me on the big fish.
Yeah.
But at least we didn't go 0, right? That's the competitive nature of everything, and trying to just make the right decisions out there. I think that's probably more important than
that's what we did our last tournament. We tried actually. What did we try? 4 or 5 different spots.
Yeah,
we didn't stay in one spot. We caught a couple fish. We're like, okay, cool. We got some weight. Let's go try another spot. And we're like, it didn't work out. Let's go. And we ended up getting 3 fish. We ended up actually catching, I think, almost 7 fish, I think it was.
Yeah. And calling out, that's the most important thing you want to do, right? If we can do that.
Yeah. And we didn't end up calling out, but we were right there. We're like, it's right there on the cusp. Right. But we stuck to our game plan.
That's and if the game plan works, as far as finding fish, then I've done my job. The catching the big ones, that's just the luck of the draw.
The other cool thing I see out of this, and I said I hit a hot topic with Richard. If you're in it to win it, you're in it for the wrong reason. I'm saying you definitely want to win, but there's a bigger picture that I'm looking at, and one is this list is growing. Absolutely. You're building a community of cat fishermen that love the sport. They're doing something they like, and they want to have fun at it.
Right. Yeah.
So as long as we can keep that fun element and keep people coming back, this will grow and grow and grow. Right.
Yeah, I do.
Now, when you're on the field, you're out in the water. It's competition time. I mean, Darren and I, it's like there's no communication anymore on the water.
Right.
It's like, you know what? We're getting too close to be, hey, we're like, no, we're done. So
I don't. You might hear a seagull and you know where I'm at.
Exactly. So I don't answer.
Somebody holler and you know where I'm at. No.
But we try to keep it then. But afterwards, we'll share information, talk about what worked, what didn't work, and what now. Am I giving them all of our secrets? No, I ain't giving them everything, but pretty damn close.
And the camaraderie, and you're right. The camaraderie is one of the most essential things in building that community, right? Mm-hmm. And when you can swap half stories, because you're not, you're going to say what's going on and all, and everybody has the same emotions as they come in, right? Either you've had a great one or you've had a struggle. You can relate to it, and you go on to the next one, and then understanding the people you're.
That's a fact. That's a fact, Richard.
Like, hey, you got to watch these guys. You got to watch these guys. Hey, these guys have been hot, and. So it's exciting. It is. That's why I love this. I love doing it.
And it's growing. And it's like I said, some hard decisions have had to be made. Throughout the season. Yeah. To keep what we want to grow. And people that can get on the program will be part of the program. And if you can't, you won't. And it's pretty simple. Yeah. That's what Jake's been holding up to. And any guy that wants to be a tournament director, you have to do that. Yeah, and that's one reason why I did one tournament and said, I'm done. I'm going to support role, and that's it.
And shout out to Stoney. I know he doesn't like to get his flowers, but you got to give him his flowers when it comes to being supportive. And once again, we're going to do a little deep dive into it, but you guys have no idea how many times I send him a text, I send him a call. Hey, I want to do this. Hey, he's very receptive to ideas and putting himself in a position to assist. And he's always out on the water. He's with Kevin. He's out there, he's just in it, And when you're in it like that, those are the kind of guys you want that understand
100%.
Back end and the front end of what we do. So, kudos to you too, dude. Because I appreciate your assistance. I really do.
And part of that is the brand. We got lots of time because I'm down to one guest, but it's the whole
dominate.
No, the one thing that when I started Old Farts Fishing, when I started the brand, I didn't know shit about fishing. Right, a lot of people that follow me and saw how we developed, and this was during COVID. I didn't know anything. So from COVID to now, you see what you see. I know what I know. Am I the best? Absolutely not. Am I learning every day? Am I making friends and making hopefully no enemies? But I learned from people that I've associated with and just didn't work out. It didn't work out. I don't have any enemies. It's more of, hey, that didn't work. I'm going to go here. Like that pond didn't work. That friendship didn't develop. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to fish the ponds or have the friends that I like. And along the way, I want to support local small business because I'm a local small business owner. And that's what I tell people. We have a lot of guides that come through as guests. Why? Because I want to promote them. We book 3 or 4 trips a year with different guides. Mm-hmm. One, because I'm going to spend that money whether I take my boat out or not anyway. Yeah. So for me to go with a guide, I don't have to bring my rods. I don't have to bring any bait. I don't have to fill my truck, my boat. I don't have to do any of that stuff. I just get in the car and go. Yep. Bring my lunch. Right. Come home. I don't have to put shit away.
And I am not immune to guide service. I've done guide service too. As a matter of fact, I got to get with Kevin Brock because I want to go out with Kevin. I've gone bass fishing with Christian Ostrander. Dude is a stud. He's a bass guy. Oh, and he ain't cheap, but he knows what he's doing. And I'll do it again. And like you were said, sometimes it's the camaraderie and sometimes it's the knowledge, right? But it's just about supporting local business because I'm a local small business too, and I do business with Blue Dream Productions and all that. And one of the things I make sure I always tell them, what's one of the things I keep telling you every time we do business? I say, send me your invoice.
Yeah.
Send me the invoice.
And he pays.
As soon as I want some people to understand that small businesses only succeed when people appreciate what we do, right? But
100%.
also payment, that's how we stay alive. So I'm not immune to making payments as fast as I get them because I want you to know that I appreciate your service. Service is important.
The one thing.
Yes, we all do, Stoney.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
One thing
We
that
appreciate everything you fucking do. You as well, Richard.
We appreciate that too. Is that Daniel?
No.
No, that's Samsung
Is that Sam?
SMA156.
That's Keith.
Oh, it's Keith? Oh, hey, Keith.
So the one thing that not just fishing related businesses, I promote people that have their own business, like Mayhew Makers, right? Darren's trying to venture off in fabrication, do stuff. We pitched him a little bit on this podcast.
Yep.
So I reach out to fishermen that have their own business.
Right.
Call me up, say, hey, I want to get in the podcast. We'll talk about, I got to get Anthony, my own fishing buddy. I'm going to get Anthony on here to talk about his business and what he does. And, it's as we grow as a community, it's growing within the fishing community, but outside the community of, like Brandon LeBoy you were talking to about doing some potential work for you.
Yep.
I know Anthony's reached out to people. He's done some work for different people. I've done photos for different people and things. So it just, we're going to be working with you on some things. So it just.
I'm still trying to get my blue water picture in Tahoe.
Oh, that's right. We still do that.
Yeah.
Well, now that I got a great assistant that, hey, Eric, you want to go with Richard and get some blue water photos that he wants?
Yeah.
I might just send him.
Truckee tomorrow.
He's actually going to Truckee on a shoot tomorrow. So we go everywhere.
Okay.
I'm going to Hawaii on business. Business.
I know how that
but
is.
I'm taking some photos. I got some photos I need for marketing for the real estate world. I'm going to do that in Hawaii. I got some fishing videos I need to make and some interviews I got to do in Hawaii. So I'm going to do that through Old Farts Fishing. And
I'm going to set you up to my brother while you're there.
I heard. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Hey, he's going to
He's going to take me some fishing. There you go.
Take me to some local fishing.
That's what I want. I don't want to go pay $500 for a boat ride. Yeah. I want to go catch some fish.
I did one of the guys who I work with, they were going out. And we didn't catch any fish, and I got sick as a dog.
Oh,
I did. I got sick as a dog. Yeah.
Oh no.
It was a couple of years, a year and a half
chocolate
ago.
donuts.
And
donuts.
I was calling Earl the whole time.
Oh no.
And mainly because we weren't catching fish, and they were following, and they were looking warm and all, but the boat, and I was huddled underneath the ladder, going just the water hit me. Just come over the side. I don't care. I just need the cold, right?
Yeah.
But I would do it again.
Oh yeah.
I would do it again. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. How did you guys enjoy fishing in 100-degree weather?
Oh my God.
It's tough, and that's another conversation, right? About people wanting to change the time. And all that. And
So I hated the heat,
Right.
but I think of it another way. Is we all go fishing early in the morning, you get the early morning bite. Or you're going to go late in the day and you get that late night.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that can put a bait out there in those times is going to catch fish. Now, you have those tournaments, February, April, June. June, we actually changed it up, but, it should have been normal. There's other reasons, but you have those tournaments, but then you sprinkle in these ones where the conditions are rough. We can't control the weather. We can't say you're going to fish in the snow, but we can say we're going to put this in the middle of the day, and you're going to go till you're going to miss the morning bite. You're going to miss the afternoon bite. You're going to have to hustle. You're going to have to endure it's like an endurance of the heat.
Yeah.
That's going to separate, and we see that in the numbers. Nobody is dominating.
Your strategy
and that's
going to have to be when the bite windows are, and you don't know where they are.
Right. Yeah. So that's why I like the mix that we do, because it creates that leveling field of, and we see that there's not to pick on Sippy Cup, but Sippy Cup is always at the top. You give them that 102 degree temperature, let the numbers stand where they stand. I'm not going to call anybody out, but just look and see where they placed, and that'll tell you. It's hard.
And
you got to prepare
credit
for
to credit to Sippy because they do what we do as well is, they monitor how they catch the fish, when they catch the fish, what type of, what time of day and all that good stuff. But so they have a game plan based on weather, and I'm assuming that is because they are a catching group, right? Mm-hmm. It's just that sometimes you're going to catch the fish, you're just not going to catch the sizes, right?
Right.
But if you do your research, you know where you're going to go. Mm-hmm. And how deep you got to go in certain levels and certain temperatures, whatever. Yep. It's just that the fish are there, right? I'm not opposed to it being later, but there's other things that I look at as far as Jake is concerned that are a little bit more difficult and things that people who just go out to fish are thinking about. As soon as I saw, you changed the dates, changed the times, I'm like. And my mind went, it didn't go anything about fishing.
Right.
I was like, no. But my tournament, I that kind of thing. So,
we do take all that input. So next year's dates are set. What's not set are all the times. And again, because Jake is working with the bar, right, to make this partnership work, again, supporting local small business, the bar, it's a great venue for it.
Absolutely.
It has its pluses and minuses, but as this grows, what hopefully it does, we may outgrow that. And then we have full control over when we can do things. We're working with the bar, so there's a third party that we have to accommodate at times, and that's why some of these dates change.
And these are the things that the average fisherman who wants these changes aren't looking at.
Yep.
As far as how the directors put these tournaments on and make it convenient not only for the fishermen but for the venue that they're going to. It all has to mesh, otherwise something's got to give. And in these cases, the time.
And that even goes to the weigh-in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of the reasons we switched up for the weigh-in is because Richmond Park, they want to see the dead fish floating around in front of their
and then they get pushing up on shore.
Right. So there's a lot of factors that go into the decisions. We're not just willy-nilly throwing stuff out there.
Yeah. The thing I like about the Bash is it's not a tournament. It's a series.
True.
So if you want it to be all like prime time for the fishermen to like
go to
catch stuff,
Catfish Classic.
Catfish Classic. That's your single weekend like tournament.
Yeah.
So
this is a series.
So this is
which is slightly different.
Absolutely.
This is the minor leagues that you're going to training so you can make the big league team, which is the Catfish Classic.
Yeah.
So think about the Bash as your training ground. You're going to work your strategies. You're going to work whatever you're going to do. So that way when you go do this 2-day tournament, you've got 6 opportunities throughout the year to do something that's going to prepare you for the fish.
In that 2-day tournament, you may have 100-degree weather on one of those days.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to be able to avoid it, maybe.
So if you're going to go run a marathon, you're going to go race a car, you're going to go compete in a swimming thing, what are you going to do? You're going to practice.
Yeah.
So this is what the Bash is. You're practicing, getting it down, getting your team dialed in to go out there after the big money. We're talking $8,000 guarantee first place prize, $20,000 in cash and prizes across. Now, I'm saying this kind of loosely to saying, well, this is what Richard's saying now. But who knows between now and then is if he gets a big sponsor says, we're going to get behind you, and all of a sudden that 8,000 just grew to 20,000 or more.
Now
it really boils down to money.
Yeah, 20 obviously is based on 40 entries, but that's not even counting the raffle prizes.
There you go.
That's not even counting those, right? So the monetary value of those, and some of the guys who are sponsoring some of the raffle stuff, and I can just say shout out to Daniel, who does an amazing job of putting his hook and big rods in rotation out there. There's some things, some legitimate prizes that people really may need that are coming up here. So If I add that in, it would probably be closer to 25.
Yeah.
So far.
So far. And this is early.
Yeah.
This is
it's very early, and I haven't really engaged any
so
big sponsors outside
stay
of that.
tuned.
So, yeah,
more
stay
to
tuned.
come. Richard
Stay tuned.
is
Lots more to come.
a staple to this podcast.
Yeah.
To, just randomly say, hey, I'm coming over. I'm like, come over. We got a seat for you.
You know, it's funny. I've already got that first place money spent.
Yeah, me too. Every month I already can, but I've spent.
That's a big opportunity for a very secluded event, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted it to be alluring, but I wanted it to also be attainable, right?
Yeah.
Where we didn't have to stretch everybody out or stretch any sponsorship out to a maximum where they had to go all in and all that kind of stuff. So this is just the start. And I'm expecting really, really good things
from
the participation and all.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully we can get some outside influences involved. And, we talked about that today, where we can get some participation that expands our local community. And we want the local community out here. But when you got the sticks coming from somewhere else, it's a whole different ball game, right?
Yeah.
And even some of the new guys come out and rack it up. You imagine some of these guys are chasing these 80, 90, 100-pound blues come out here with their techniques.
Can change the game.
Can change the game.
Big time.
Yeah. So exciting.
It could be a really good thing for the locals.
Absolutely.
Because now we get these guys from outside the state. I want to learn. I'm going to pay attention. I want to see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Some
of the guys I follow, and you don't think that bait techniques and all that is transferable, but this is where what we do now was already transferable, right? Yeah. And I've seen some stuff some guys are doing. I'm going, that might work.
Or you come up with your own stuff that works. Like, I'm gonna let it out. When we did it, we did a video.
Saw that chicken.
The chicken foot. Now, here's the thing.
I wanted to turn that video off so bad, but I was glued to the.
There is so
really using it.
Okay, so
zooming in.
So on that Friday, we used the chicken foot. We didn't catch anything with it. So we had some extra. We just throw them in the water, right? We could dump in our bait when we're done. Just throw it in the water. The next day during the tournament, we fished that same area. The fish we caught, we got our 3 fish early. I mean, in the first 2 or 3 hours, we were then chasing the big one. We just couldn't get the big one. We went through a few fish.
I even tried talking shit, and he was like, "Yeah, we caught shit already."
Well, the fish in our live well was pumping. It was doing great because those fish were feisty. I mean, they're bouncing around in there, and JR was like, "Man, those fish are trying to jump out." And he's popping the lid of the live well open. So he opens it up, and he see all these dead crawdads laying inside that, threw them up. I'm like, well, there goes some weight, but they're throwing up.
Right.
Guess what was in that live well?
Your chicken foot.
A chicken foot. I'm like, maybe I'm onto something. So I'm letting it out now. We are going to try this chicken foot again, because first you don't succeed. We're going to try again because he did eat that chicken foot, just not off the hook. So I got to try it. And you watch, we're going to win. You watch we're going to win one of these tournaments with the chicken foot, and that's going to, the chicken foot sales are going to go through the roof in Clear Lake, all because of us.
Matt was nagging back him. I need a chicken foot.
I need a chicken foot.
Well, somebody, I don't remember who it was, but I got them on film of like, we told Stoney this bullshit fisherman's lie about chicken feed. This motherfucker got chicken feed on his boat now. We were just joshing with him.
We saw the evidence in the live well. They definitely ate the chicken foot. Now, can I get them to hit it on a line? We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, there it is.
Crazy. Chicken foot.
This
big chicken foot.
Just chicken foot.
Yeah. A big one?
We even stuck the hook through the middle finger to flip the fish off, and he.
Stoney tried sending me a picture of the one that he got with a chicken foot hanging out of his mouth. I'm like, nah, I don't know about all that.
All right, next thing you know, you have Kool-Aid feet and you know.
Not the watermelon chicken that he
Watermelon
uses.
Painted toenails on the chicken
Yeah.
foot.
Oh, I think we're going to have to paint those toenails.
We're already gizzards are coming into play
Oh,
too.
yeah.
No.
I've been seeing them fishing with a lot of gizzards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Alabama stuff is making
Gizzards
its
and
way.
hearts.
Don't give up the chicken foot. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This week's fishing report. So we did go fishing Sunday.
Yep.
We are what I call
and Stoney's boat is cursed, by the way. Just letting y'all know.
It's cursed.
I see it. Don't hit the sun. Is it in the garage?
It's in the garage.
Yeah, it needs to stay in there, folks.
Yeah.
No, we hit the Feather River. I would say it's the Feather River fever going on. When we got to the boat ramp at Boyd's at about, I don't know, it was about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 o'clock. That ramp was stacked already. Boats launching, and that was just at Boyd's. I know the other ramps are the same way.
Yeah.
It's not as quiet as hectic as Gold Beach, but there is a lot of boats that are.
I
on
saw
the
your
water.
video. It was. I can't see how you guys are taking care of it out there.
Yeah. So fish report Feather is still hot for salmon. Now we didn't get any, but there was at least 4 or 5 caught when we were out of Boyd's Pump. We went upriver. There was 4 or 5 caught around us, and so we're definitely in the right spot. A lot of guides out there, and we decided to go downriver to where Warren and those guys were, down by what's the other ramp? Star Bend area. Down there, there's a bunch of boats down there too, and a lot of guys catching. Warren got in a few.
Yep.
We were anchored right next to Warren for a couple hours, and we couldn't get it. He caught one right next to us, and we couldn't get one that freaking hit. Anthony lost a couple. So it goes till September,
October or something.
Is it October?
I think it's October.
Early October.
Yeah. I'll post it in there. It's definitely out there. I would say never believe what I say on regulations. Go to Fish and Game, get it right from them.
Well,
but it's
even harder from Fish and Game.
Oh, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It wasn't open last year, right?
No, this is the first year. Now the McCollum is going to be open. Parts of the American are going to be open. But go look at your Fish and Game regulations. Figure out the timing because there are different timings in different waters.
And if anybody can tell me about the American River, I tried looking on Fish and Game. I cannot figure it out.
Yeah.
I live a mile from the American River. If I can figure that out.
There's a very small section.
Small window.
Small section, very small. But check it out.
I don't know where it's at.
People are catching salmon. I am starting to see posts for guides opening up bookings for fall striper. Mm-hmm. There was a guide, I think it was Golden State. I think I saw a post saying that they are starting their striper runs.
Yep.
So I don't know if striper are coming up sooner than normal. But it's going to be interesting to see salmon going on and striper. So I'll be throwing a salmon rod and a striper rod at the same time.
I'm sure with the cooler temperatures we've had this year, the water temp's staying a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the fish are moving a little bit.
Yeah. So it's almost time to beat up striper again.
And I think
the bigger
striper
coming out.
Ooh, yeah. I think the bigger striper come up in the fall too.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I do.
That's where we've got our big ones
in the fall.
I got
the biggest one is the 28. So.
I got some prototype A-rigs coming out that Matt is working on.
Nice.
That I'm looking forward to putting out there.
So you know what I want to try? And I haven't said this to Stoney yet, but the A-rig, that's the one with the split.
Yeah. Umbrella rig.
I want to do that with freaking
catfish.
You
don't have to have a hook on every one of them.
So here's how I look at that. Because bass guys, they clearly catch catfish all the time.
Right.
Lures. So it's not out of the question to get. It's just a matter of where you do it. Right?
Right.
I think they will. It may not be as much. Right? But you're not going to slow roll that thing. You're going to have to be taking some mileage, right? 2 or 3 miles an hour.
I think
it's like a retrieve or whatever.
Well, no, I think just with the floats tied on there.
Floats on an A-rig?
Yeah. Why not?
He's gonna smoke too much of that funny weed.
I don't know.
It would, to me, I think it is a fish, and I don't do this very often. But
it's a smorgasbord sitting out there, right?
Exactly. It's a school of bait fish going by you.
I think you should try it. Let us know how it works out.
Yeah, you still put it on a.
And that one thing
put it on a dragon weight.
He gets snagged up and lost 10 lures.
Exactly. Well, no, because you seen when I did that video with the 2 on there.
Yeah.
I drug 2 weight.
With a
splitter on it. And you know what? I was catching fish.
You write that down.
Hey, so you know what? You never know.
Like one of
You
those
put
salmon
12
splitters.
baits out there at one time?
Yeah. And not everyone has to have a hook on it, you know.
Well, why not? I mean, you can only hook with 3 and, you had 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Hey,
You never know.
Innovation. That's all we got to try.
Hey,
I got a video. I did tampon at work, so.
Yeah.
So,
anyway.
hey, that's
You
all
never
I'm thinking
know.
about. I don't know. I don't even know why you made that public, dude.
Hey, we share
It's
everything.
all right.
So let's talk about sharing. It's a good transition.
Yeah. Who's sharing?
So I'll get a little bit of a story here. Is when I started doing videos, when I was telling you back in early, right after COVID, started doing all kinds of videos. I got so much crap from people who didn't know me about you're blowing up our spots.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you showing people on the river at Calusa or Sacramento or wherever it was? We were always doing videos. They're like, you're blowing up our spots. I got so much hate from people about blowing up spots. And I started backing off thinking, well, maybe I shouldn't be doing these videos or, I started second guessing, right? Now I've been doing this. We got over 500 videos. We're doing a lot of this. Thing that I learned is that this is just my opinion. You guys can send me hate mail, do whatever you want. Nobody owns any spots, right?
No.
Someone's going to share information. People have shared information with me. You try to be discreet. You try to, you don't want to necessarily protect it because here's what's going to happen. And this is what I've experienced is I've made a lot of friends on the water. I haven't made a lot of enemies. And this is my perspective as somebody that is in the fishing community now.
Right.
Is if I go to a spot, and I'm going to say, let me pick on Rob Stoddard for a second. So we go fishing with Rob a little bit. And he takes me to a spot, and I know there's fish there. And then I go there because he's not. I'm going to go fish that spot because I know there's fish there, right?
You're supposed to.
Now, this is just me. If I see Rob coming down the river with a bunch of clients.
You're out of there.
I know Rob. Rob knows me. I'm going to look at him and say, point, do something. Not obvious so his clients know, but, something that, and I'll leave.
Send me a message, say I'm
do some
coming in with
testing.
some clients, you're out of here.
I'm out of there. Now, that's just me.
Oh, my God. You're
now,
so right.
For other fishermen to expect the normal Joe Blow to do that, I think is unreasonable.
It's not going to happen.
Right. So, if Darren, who doesn't know all these people, is in a spot, what are you going to do?
I'm going to, if I'm out there, because I don't know all these people, and I go out and say, I'm going to go try salmon fishing on the Feather River. See everybody doing it, okay? I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to look to see who's catching fish. I'm going to look to see where the guides are at. Because the guides know where the fish are at.
Exactly.
You don't think if that guide moves, I'm dropping into that spot, and I ain't moving.
And it may not even be the same day. You may come back the next day and say, here's my take, and I'm going to tell you what I do, what I've done. I've gone out with a guide, and this is what the guides even tell you. They give you the techniques. They give you this. Mm-hmm. They're going to go where they know where the fish are.
Yeah.
It's not their spot. They just know where the fish are at a specific time.
Yep.
We went out there and hammered them. Next time I went to the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't there. I hammered him because I know that's where they are. That's what I paid that man a lot of money to show me and teach me. It's not the spot sometimes, it's the technique, right? If anybody is out, even at Clear Lake, and I've talked to you about this before, if I'm at Clear Lake and there are guys out there and I know you're out there guy fishing and I see you and I know where you running there's fish and I'm there and I see you with a client and I see you coming, I'm out. Because I'm out here recreational fishing.
Right. Yeah.
You're out here making money and giving somebody an experience. I'm getting my ass out of the way. That's just a common courtesy. Anybody who has a spot that they call theirs, it wasn't their spot to begin with because somebody told them where the spot is. Yeah. That spot has been here before you were born, so it's not your spot. You just happen to know the spot because somebody told you where the spot is, and somebody told them, but you don't see that dude's great-great-grandfather getting on the same and saying, hey, you're blowing up my spot. Yeah. He knows that's just what it is. Fish move. If the fish aren't there, there's somewhere else. But you can't be claiming spots on an open water. You just can't. That's ridiculous.
And it's just going to be common courtesy between people that know each other.
Absolutely.
And know of each other.
Absolutely.
And then if you don't know of each other, then that's where the other person has to take it and say, well, I don't know who this person is. I don't expect him to get out of that spot.
Right. I
Right.
would have an issue if I was fishing in a spot and some guy said, "Hey, that's my spot. You need to move."
And I've
Yeah.
seen it
I'm
happen,
like,
and
I
I've
don't
seen
give a-
guides that do that, and I'm like, what are you doing, right?
Yeah.
So, but it just goes back to the conversation piece. Everybody's gonna handle it differently. Nobody owns any spots now.
Right.
Between friends, like if I had a buddy, say Rob showed me a spot, and I was in there, and then he brought clients by, and I kind of just said, I'm staying here. I don't care. Well, that's going to piss him off.
Mm-hmm.
Going to put me in a bad light. He's going to make some decisions about what he wants to do, and that's just
the
fishing.
only
That's just-
spot he knows.
right.
Yeah.
So
You're not
you just
getting
move
access
on.
to anything else. It's common courtesy. I
So
totally
it's
agree.
just, I think I look at it as we can all get along somehow. Just figure it out. There's other spots, and I was even with like Warren, right? Warren was out there. He showed a spot. I ankled right next to him. We didn't catch a thing. Nothing. Now,
Ben Harper says Rattlesnake Island is his spot, so
Yeah.
stay the fuck out.
it's all right.
Okay.
You can.
We'll do that.
I've only caught 10 pounders that I don't need to do.
Yeah, we caught all the fish in there. You can
Yeah.
have that one, Ben. That's
Yeah.
your spot. They don't even
Well, you
like
know,
hot dogs in that
fine.
spot.
You know, that brings up a point, though, that I was talking about with Eric earlier, too, is, you know, we're fishing this lake. We're doing all these tournaments. You figure there's, how many boats were down in Bass Alley last time?
There must have been at least 10.
Okay, so if everybody catches 2 fish, that's 20 fish. They're being taken out of that spot. Weighed in, dumped over, back by Richmond. That's why they're not catching as many fish, and I don't think the weights
They
are
move
up,
around.
because those fish aren't going to migrate back to where they're come from.
Not immediately, right.
They're going
Eventually,
to find
gonna
cover, and they're going to find food.
Yeah.
That's
To
what
get
they're looking
acclimated
for.
to a new area, and then they're going to be their home for a little while.
Yeah.
Sounds like that cove right there is where we all go to fish. There'll be 20
Hey,
boats, not
hey,
even right
hey,
outside the buoy lines.
Hey,
I'll
I
tell you
caught
what,
fish right out there, you know. It's
if
like,
you can find where there's cover and there's bait, you're
Yeah.
going to catch fish.
Yeah.
Especially
Absolutely.
then. Because if you got 20 teams and say
Yeah.
2 fish per team, that's 40 fish that have been dumped in that cove.
Well, and then you've got 6 tournaments times 20 teams. Times how many fish are in that
That's a
cove?
lot-
You know where
that's a
I'm
lot of
fishing
fish.
next
There's a lot of
championship.
fish. Well, and then some I've seen in some tournaments, right? They say you cannot fish within a certain radius of the loading dock.
Oh, here
of the
comes
dock.
another rule. No,
Well,
It
because of
makes
that.
sense.
But-
It makes sense. And
I
there's,
personally don't agree with the rule. It's part of the lake. You
Right.
don't if you don't want the fish migrating there, don't dump them there.
but there's also tournaments that will take the fish back out to areas
Exactly.
that are being
Right.
fished hard.
Well, December I'm fishing the cove, so be around 50 boats. We're gonna
So-
see.
Not if I register first.
We'll see. remember who sends it out. I
Darren, did
I'm
you
a
say?
courtesy.
No, it didn't come out yet. It's like, all right.
Why am I at 20th spot?
Next
man.
tournament's tomorrow. Sony World. Hey, oh, here we go.
That's all right. No, man.
Hey, do we have any information? Maybe this is a day for shout out to Mr. Wheeler, the 1v1. I know there's one coming up.
There's one coming up. I don't know if Wheeler's on or not, but we can ask him or reach out to him. I don't know.
And has he
I think it's
figured-
him against somebody.
It is him.
Has he figured out
It is
where
him.
the
Right.
championship is going to
Not
be?
yet.
Not that I've heard.
They're going to wait till after this next one, last Clash of the Titans, and then I think he said they're putting
Names in a
names in a
links
hat.
in a hat or something. I'm
And
gonna
they're
draw.
gonna
One.
draw, yeah.
But
I
we'll
saw
see.
the.
I'm not in it, so I don't even know why I care.
Yeah.
So, I don't
Oh,
know.
I'm
I
sorry.
lost track.
Snag 'em and
Oh,
two
look,
birds.
he's got a whole card with
Oh,
dates
Yeah,
yeah.
on
well,
it.
you
Look
know,
at
you put these together. You can see this.
I didn't
card?
get one.
Yeah. that's
Oh,
fine.
what? How did you get one? I didn't get shit.
I
That was
it,
from,
it has the.
That was from
Sippy Cup.
no, that was
No,
from,
it's from Two Birds. Yeah, he
Two
sent
Birds?
the- Yeah,
I didn't get one.
it
Well,
has
just-
all the competitors on it.
well, I got one of those from Bugman. Gave us those
What was that?
when I fished my
Oh.
head to head.
All right.
Yeah.
We're wrapping up here. Top of the hour.
Oh,
Top of the
One of
hour.
those cards.
Holy
Yes,
crap,
sir.
that was
Richard,
Yes,
tell
sir.
us everything you know about the Channelfish Classic.
Catfish.
Yeah.
Channel Cat Classic. Channel Cat Classic. It will be April 25th and 26th of 2026. There is a flyer that's out right now that has the save the date, has most of the rules and stuff on it. We will be sending out another one with the QR codes for payment for the event, along with the registration form, October 1st through the 7th. That's the window that we're gonna be putting that on. It is at the Clear Lake State Park. That's where the event will be held. Anything else, you can contact me, area code 916-257-8076, Channel Cat Classic on Facebook, or richard.mootryjr@gmail.com. I can give you any information that you want. We do have merch available, or t-shirts. We're getting some more that are being made like this, and some hats are coming out just to prepare. It is a $300 entry fee. That does not count big fish or blind bogeys. If you want to get in those, it's going to be $400 total. This is $8,000 first place guaranteed. Whether you have one boat or 50 boats, $8,000 guaranteed first place.
It's amazing.
What we got?
Cool.
Awesome.
Sounds awesome.
It's gonna be fun. Three people, boats only. It's going to be 7 a.m. to 3:30, I believe.
Fishing license?
License is required. If you're fishing with two poles, two-pole license is required. Boater card is required. I will check them. Everything will be checked. So.
Perfect.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. You heard it here first on A Minute with Stoney Stone. And I want to wrap it. I got a few other things, but I'm going to save those till next week. Don't forget, Halloween Bash registration is open. Go to the Catfish Bash page, fill out the registration. We've got 12 teams already confirmed.
There will be a costume contest.
Eric's going to organize a costume contest. Anyway, more to come.
Yeah, second place is available.
Anyway, till next week. See you guys on the water. Tight lines.
Be safe.